Do you love silly stories for kids? Why not consider joining our family? You can even get a very special message from one of your favourite Silly Stories for Kids characters. Head over to the website to find out more. It's your support that helps us to continue to make exciting stories and more crazy content.
Did somebody say crazy?
Oh, Pimpin, no. Pimpin! One day, 3 little boys named Caleb, Luca, and Matteo were all sitting at home. They were very excited because today was bin day, and they loved helping their mummy put out the bins. "All right," said Caleb, "I'll get the rubbish bin. You get the recycling." "Okay," said Luca. So Luca went and found the recycling, and Caleb grabbed the rubbish. Matteo was crawling around trying to find something that he could throw out as well. He found his mummy's shoes and held them up. "No, Matteo," said his mummy, "they are not for the bin." He kept crawling and he found his daddy's wallet. "No, Matteo, that is not for the bin," said his mummy. Said Matteo. He kept crawling. Caleb and Luca grabbed their things and raced towards the door. Caleb was carrying 2 bags of rubbish and Luca had all kinds of bottles and cans in a container ready to throw in the bin. When they got outside, they went over to the bin. "Hey," said Caleb, "did you see that?" "See what?" said Luca. "There's a man hiding behind our bin," said Caleb. "What?" said Luca. "What's he doing?" "I don't know," said Caleb. They slowly crept over to see what was happening. And when they got there, the man stuck his head out from behind the bin. "Hello," he said. "Who are you?" said Caleb. "My name is Bonigo." "Bonigo," said Luca. "What are you doing?" "Well," said Bonigo, "I like to make things a lot more fun than they normally are. So today I have decided that I will turn your rubbish bin into something special." "Something special?" said Caleb. "How do you make a rubbish bin into something special?" "Well," said Bonigo, "jump on and you will see." "Jump on?" said Caleb. "Yes," said Bonigo, "trust me, it is very fun." So the boys climbed on top of the rubbish bin. Just then, Matteo came crawling out the door, holding his mummy's car keys. "Come back here, Matteo," yelled his mum. But Matteo crawled as quickly as he could. "Quick, Matteo, jump on," said Luca. So Matteo jumped on at the back. Caleb was in front, then Luca, then Matteo, then Bonigo stood on the very back of the rubbish bin. "What now?" said Caleb. "Now," said Bonigo, "I give you this." He handed Caleb a wheel and stuck it into the front of the rubbish bin. "What does this do?" "Ah, you will see," said Bonigo. Then he pressed a button on the side of the rubbish bin. The rubbish bin had turned into some kind of rocket race car. "Wow," said Caleb, "this is the best." "Yes," said Luca, "this could be a lot of fun." "Let's go," said Bonigo, and the boys started driving off down the road. "Come back here," yelled their mummy. "I need those car keys." Matteo was waving the car keys over his head and smiling. "Bye, Mummy," he said. "Oh dear," said their mum, "I hope they come back soon." They started zooming off down the road and sideways into the street next to theirs. "All right," said Bonigo, "you try and give it a little bit of extra power." So Caleb pressed the pedal on the side. The car took off down the road at top speed. "Wow!" said the boys as they tried to race sideways and keep control of the rubbish bin. As they were driving, bits of rubbish were falling out the back everywhere. "Uh-oh," said Caleb, "there's going to be a big mess to clean up after this." "Oh, never mind," said Bonigo. "We will just drive very quickly and no one will ever know it was us, because I am Bonigo." "Oh dear," said Luca, "but at least this is going very quickly and very fast." They zoomed up next to a car. The man inside the car looked sideways at the boys. He'd never seen 3 boys driving a rubbish bin before. He was very confused. Caleb waved and then pressed the accelerator again as quickly as he could. The rocket rubbish bin blasted past the car and off into the distance. "What should we do?" said Luca. "Well," said Caleb, maybe we could go to the playground? Good idea, said Luca. Yes, said Matteo. I want to go to the playground. So they drove through to where the playground was. They raced up the side. All right, slow down, Caleb, said Luca. But I don't know how, said Caleb. Slow down, said Luca. I can't, said Caleb. They got faster and faster and faster, and they were racing straight towards the slide. Caleb hit the bottom of the slide at top speed. The rocket rubbish bin blasted into the air. Wow, said the boys. Press the other button, said Benigo. So Caleb pressed the button on the other side of the rubbish bin. Two wings blasted out the side of the rocket rubbish bin, and the boys were now starting to fly. Wow, said Luca. This is amazing. They were zooming through the air and flying over the top of all the houses. They flew past one house that had a swimming pool with lots of people in the backyard. The boys waved, and all the people in the swimming pool also waved, quite confused. Unfortunately, more rubbish fell out the back of the rocket rubbish bin right at the wrong time, and it fell straight into the middle of the pool party. Oh, yuck! Dirty nappies, said one of the people in the pool. Sorry, said Luca. Sorry, said Caleb. That's mine, said Matteo. The people shook their fist, but the boys flew on. The boys thought it was very funny that they were dropping crazy things into people's backyards. All right, said Luca, can I have a turn of driving? Of course you can, said Benigo. Okay, Caleb, press this button over here. So Caleb pressed the next button. The rocket rubbish bin slowly came down to the ground and stopped. Okay, Luca, I think it's your turn, said Caleb. Yeah, said Luca, this is going to be fun. So the boys swapped seats and Luca took the driving position. Caleb sat behind him and Matteo still sat on the back. Benigo held on. Okay, Luca, it is your turn. Show Benigo what you can do, he said. So Luca pressed the button on the side. The car took off. They started blasting down the road. Luca was driving very, very quickly. You are a very good driver, said Benigo. I am very impressed. Okay, you turn here, he said. So the boys turned the car and turned wherever Benigo said until they saw a giant stadium. Where are we going, said Luca. Ah, you will see, said Benigo. Luca turned into the stadium and drove out into the middle. They looked around and there was lots of other cars in the stadium, all with funny numbers and dints in the sides. What is this, said Caleb. Welcome to Demolition Derby, said a voice over the PA system. Are all the races ready? Vroom, said the car next to him. Vroom, said the car next to them. Oh dear, said Luca, what have we got into? Welcome to Demolition Derby, said Benigo. What's a Demolition Derby, said Caleb. You need to use your car to smash into all the other cars and we will see who the last car standing is, and I think it will be Benigo. Oh dear, said the boys. I hope we're okay. I'm gonna get you, said the guy in the car next to them. Yeah, said another guy. We're gonna smash you kids on your little rubbish bin. Uh-oh, said Luca. I'll see what I can do. Okay, Luca, it is time. Time for what, said Luca. Press that big purple button underneath your bottom. What, said Luca. He sat up and looked. There was a big purple button. Luca pressed it. Metal armor came out all the way around the rubbish bin and made a tiny little tank out of the rubbish bin. They were covered completely and protected, except for one little window that Luca could see out. The other cars looked at them in amazement. Doesn't change anything, said the guy in the car next to them. I'm still gonna smash her. Yeah, we're gonna smash you, little kids. Okay, said the man over the PA system. It is time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, smash, he said. All the cars started driving towards the middle of the arena. The cars started crashing into each other. Luca did his best to avoid everyone at the beginning. What are you doing? Said Benigo. I'm trying not to get hurt, said Luca. This car is indestructible. Take them out, said Benigo. So Luca turned his car towards one of the other guys. Then he drove as quickly as he could. As he hit it, the car blasted sideways and crashed into the side of the arena. Hooray! Cheered the crowd. The boys were so excited. Whoa, that was insane. They kept driving around and crashing into the other cars. Boom! The cars were getting knocked everywhere, but there was one car left. I told you, kids, I'm gonna smash you, said the guy. He started driving as quickly as he could straight at the boys. What do I do? Said Luca.
Drive back at him because you are with Bonigo,
said Benigo. So Luca drove very quickly straight back at the other car. Then Benigo told him,
press this button here.
He pressed the button and the rocket rubbish bin got very, very low. It drove straight underneath the car that was coming towards them and then blasted straight up in the air. The guy in the other car did flips through the air and landed on his roof. We have a winner, said the man on the PA system, and the crowd went wild. The boys waved out their windows for they were so excited that they had won.
Okay, said Benigo. I think the rubbish truck is coming soon, so we must get going.
Okay, said Luca. Okay, said Caleb. I want to drive, said Matteo.
Okay, Matteo, you can do the drivings,
said Benigo. So Matteo took the driving seat and Caleb and Luca held on as tightly as they could. This could get a little bit crazy, said Luca. Yeah, said Caleb. I don't think we should let Matteo... Matteo took off around the arena. He drove up onto the sides and started driving through the middle of the stands. Ah! Screamed the people as Matteo was driving through the middle. Ha 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 ha! He said as he was driving and trying to crash into people.
Matteo, do not hit the people.
I'm going to hit the people, said Matteo.
No, do not hit the people. Benigo says no.
Matteo says yes, said Matteo. Benigo reached down and pressed the flying button. The rocket rubbish bin took off into the air so that it was safe from hitting all the people. Oh, said Matteo.
I'm going to press the home button,
said Benigo. So he pressed the home button on the rocket rubbish bin. The rocket rubbish bin blasted all the way back to their house and landed in their driveway. Caleb stood it back up so that it was ready just as the garbage truck rocked up. It lifted up the rubbish bin and tipped it upside down. Hey, there's nothing in here, said the garbage man. Yeah, we didn't have any rubbish this week, said Luca. Said the garbage man. The boys laughed and quickly raced inside. Boys, where have you been? Said their mummy. Well, said Caleb, you wouldn't believe us, even if we told you. Where are my car keys? Said their mummy. And that is the end of the story.
Today's episode has been brought to you by Bonigo's Rocket Rubbish Bins. You want your rocket rubbish bin conversion? Head over to www.sillystoriesforkids.com. We hope that you will leave us a comment so we know whether you did not like our story, or maybe you did. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the stories. Thank you. This has been me, Bonigo.
And me, Sam.
And we hope to see you next time.